The primary purpose in deliberate biblical worship, or just worship in general, is always that we would cultivate and develop our relationship with God, that we would seek His face, and when we seek His face, we find Him. The secondary purpose in deliberate biblical worship should accompany it, and we always ask the question, how can I be more like Jesus? See, the secondary purpose is based on the idea that we were created with a purpose, and that purpose is to reflect the image of God on the earth, that we would glorify the Father. And we do this as we become more and more like Jesus. So God answers these prayers and He meets us in this place of worship. The first way we can do this is through this process of sanctification. We ask God, how can I be sanctified? How can I be more like Jesus? Sanctification is really just how we can become more like Jesus and walk out this life that He's intended for us. God might show us a specific situation. He might show us something that we need to repent of. He might show us someone that we need to forgive. He might show us an area where we need more compassion and more empathy. But He's going to show us these things in order that we would become more like Jesus, that the Father would be glorified on the earth. Another way that God does this is through understanding. As we spend time with God in that biblical, deliberate worship, He'll start to show us understanding of things that we've been wrestling with or we've been struggling with. That might be a biblical passage or a biblical verse that we're not quite sure of, or that we've seen in a different way. Or maybe you heard a sermon on it that's different than what you thought. It might be situational. How do we understand the situation? It might be direction in where God is leading us. It could be through processes, or it could be through strategies. But God will bring understanding. And this is really tied to a lot of different places, but we can look in Exodus 33 where Moses prayed that God would teach him his ways. Lord, teach me your ways over and over and over again. I want to do this your way. God will also show us what the mission or the purpose that He's created us for. He might bring us breakthrough. He might show us something that's going on in the battle in our life, or in the purpose, or in the spiritual world that's going on around us. He might also show us what our ministry might look like and drive us deeper into that place in the call and the purpose of our ministry. Because each one of us has a ministry, and God will show us what that is.